Fantastic. Come on, everybody. Make some noise for our senior champions 2023. Woo. Come on this way, guys. Come on up around here to the back of the stage. Fantastic. Come on, Bill. Congratulations, my man. Congratulations. Come on, let's get up for the day! Shameless into there, Bill. Come on, guys. You make your way up here on stage. What a fantastic occasion. Here we go. What a fantastic occasion to have the Senior Champions 2023 with us! Absolutely amazing. Bill, how does it feel? Has it sunk in yet, can you tell me?
Just look around. That's all you have to do.
Just look around, that's all you have to do. Have you any idea of the enormity of what has been just achieved?
Not yet, anyway. We'll wait for Wednesday maybe to go around.
They're going to wait until Wednesday. If we could just talk about the match maybe for a minute. Did you always feel during the match that you were going to win it, or was there some shaky points maybe where you thought it was slipping away?
I'm more shaky now than I was during the match. I know, during the game, like, we went down the goal and kind of fellas kicked on then. And you just, no, there was no step back after that. Fellas drove on.
Fantastic. Isn't that fantastic, guys? A full panel. It sure was a full panel stream, and there was some sport on everything, and everybody did their parts.
Full panel. All year it's been a full panel. We went everywhere. We went 15 one day, and next day we could have 34. But everyone did their part. And there are probably a couple of people that did their part and they're not up on stage now tonight. And we appreciate everything they've done for us as well, so thanks very much to everyone.
Fantastic. And this is absolutely brilliant. Bill, I'm going to get you sit back there for a minute. I see a man here that I've quarreled with. Come on, Brendan, come over here to me. Hey! The manager of the 2023 Senior County Champions, Mr. Brendan Brendan, has it sunk in yet, or will it sink in at all?
Yeah, this group of players, I can definitely say, I pushed these fellas further than they've ever been pushed in their life. I really have pushed them so hard. They were down in Drumacree in January, we were in Clownaginty, we were in Banna, and you know, we were in Killarney. They climbed Carrintoohill, and they never ever complained, and they were pushed as hard as any players ever did. We should have won that game today by at least 15 points. And all I would like to say is to all the young people here today, we waited 55 years, and as I said to the lads, Anthony Daly said in 1995, we're no longer the whipping boys of Kerry.
Brendan, tell me, at any stage of the match did you feel it was slipping away? I know we might have got off to a small little slow start the first 10 or 15 minutes. Lixnail seemed to be all over the ball. But in fairness, the Crotta boys settled themselves down and they seemed to just take the match by the scruff of the neck and they pushed on. And as you said, we could have won by 15 or 20 points. There was a good few wides. But at any stage did you feel that things were going maybe south on you?
No, I never thought, because there's one thing about these lads, and they showed it against Abidorney, they showed it against Causeway, and they showed it against Kilmiley, that these boys never know when they're beaten. It's one thing we instilled at the start of the year. We instilled that these lads were never going to be beaten, and by God did they show it today. And there's one thing I'm going to say, all of the young people down here today, You're the future of tomorrow. Remember that. We can't be waiting another 55 years for a county championship. You're in the final against Ballyduff on Tuesday night, and that's more important. We know all what's happening. But the one thing I will say, lads, is we have been there in 72, we were there in 79, we were there in 1985, we were there in 86, we were there in 98, we were there in 99, we were there in 2011, but we're here to stay now! There's a few people I want to thank, and I was inside the dressing room today, and I never got you people never got a chance. First of all, I'd like to thank the Crotta Club for giving me a great opportunity to train the club that I love. But people stood behind me. Johnny Hornigan came in, a great man. Paul Toomey came in, a great man. Paddy Ware, Ronan Salvi, Brian Stanlon, Maureen, Jerome Sullivan, Amy Sullivan, they all stood behind me. But the players, everything we asked of these players, they proved it, and they proved it. We have come to the most epic of championships. If you look at our games, we never ever died, and we bring this cup back to Crotta. And you know something? Our supporters, even down behind us, every step of the way.
One more question before you go. Do you think there is possibly another championship or 2 or 3 in this team?
We are going to enjoy today. The lads will go back to a bit of club football next weekend, and in 3 or 4 weeks' time, we'll give the Munster Intermediate Championship one crack.
Come on, give it up for Brendan Mahoney, the senior champion! Nice shot, Brendan, thank you. Sean, you're here alongside me. Sean, come over here for a second. Come here. Come on here. As a younger member of the panel, how does it feel for you to have a senior county championship medal in your pocket this evening?
I suppose, me myself, this is a long time dream. You know, at my age, 19, kind of turning 20 this year, you're trying to get your life together, you're starting off college, you're doing all this kind of crack, and you're doing all this kind of crack, and you kind of get notebooks a day. I have an old notebook myself at home, and it's kind of a page by day. Like every day of the year, and the start of the year I kind of had my goals down, and I was only reading them the last day, and it kind of surprised me myself. Top of the page was win a Crotta championship. And look, we're here today. We have done it. Can I get a cheer?
Come on, give it up for Sean McGrath there, all the youngsters. Come on, have a good word for them. Now join the hands together for Sean Beasley! That's mind the old trailer. I know if it is steady or not, but we'll see what we can do. Sean, going from one of the younger members of the panel to yourself, and I'm not going to use the word old or anything, but we'll say one of the more senior members of the panel. This probably means a massive amount to you.
Oh yeah, it was of course. Look, I actually met Tom Cronin after the game, and we had just a few words saying we're coming in out of 3, like year in, year out, getting bait up a stick. And I remember my very first game, I sat next to Tom Cronin in the dressing room, one of my idols, and still is one of my idols. And we actually beat Ballyhig, and it was the first time Crotta won a game in 5 years. So look, we've come a long way, but that's just because the underage crowd, like Paul, Shanahan, Jerome, like it's come. I know I'm a favorite, like, but that's where it's come from. Like, see Tom Dunn, there's Sutton, Carl, and all these fellas. That's where it's come from. That's where this cup fellas come from, like, and it just means so much to me. And as well, I say Shane Owen there. Get him up! Get him up! As the two of us have soldiered through long times, like winning maybe one game every 3 or 4 years. you know, and like to look out here today and like to see the crowd and red and green, it really means so much to me, and it means so much to the players, and it's a dream for me to be at honest, and I can't put it into words, like it's just unbelievable, but it comes from the underage trainers, like I have bring these crop fellas come up, they've won under 16, they've won minor, they've won under 21 championship, like they've won everything, like, and myself and this fella now have only won one medal, but we don't care because we won the one.
Come on, give it up for Shelby's here, everybody! Ladies and gentlemen, another stalwart of the Kerry hurling scene of our local club. Are we so blessed to have Shane Dolan as one of our club hurlers? Come on, give it up for Shane, everybody! Shane, a question I put to Brendan there earlier on. I was saying to Brendan, you know, Lixnav started very strong the first 10 minutes. Did you feel at any stage that things were going to slip away, or were you confident all through the match that things were going to go right for us?
I remember it was 1-4 to 2 points at one stage, but I was just thinking like we were forcing shots, but the half back line for Crotta today I thought was exceptional. Like we had a load of wides, but only for that half back line we wouldn't have got the chances to shoot them. Like so, like the half back line midfield, the way they fought, like we know from the last 2 games we were never going to give up. Like we knew we were a better team than Lixnav just to show it, but I think we got a bit jittery with our shots and stuff. But only for the boys back there, they gave us the chances, and thankfully Shawnee and Jordan stood up and they got us over the line.
Fantastic, absolutely fantastic. As Sean said there, Shane, you know, this has been a culmination of a lot of hard work down through the years. You know, we've won under 16s and we've won minors and we've won the 21s. Do you think today it has all come together? This is a culmination of that hard work.
Yeah, like you look at the age profile of the team there now, say Richard is 34, I'm 32, Beans is 31. Then there's a jump to 25, so them fellas, when we tell them the hard times we've been through, they don't understand it. I said in the radio today, I think I was talking to Sir Lynch after the game, I think Sir went 7 years without winning the game. And we won that game then against Ballyhide, but like the fellas are asking me personally what's it mean for you. I'm absolutely delighted, but I would have loved for the boys like Searle, Tom Crone and Andrew Keane, the best hurler I ever played with. The Black, my uncle Searle, can I say something about him? At the start of the year, I had no belief. Retirement and all this crack was on my head, but Searle used to come in once a week and just tell me, you're going to win the championship. So Searle, thanks very much.
Shane, you have a county senior championship medal in your back pocket. Tell me, does this drive you on maybe to stay on for another year and maybe put two county championship medals in your pocket? Because this team definitely have the core to win another 2 or 3 championships.
Oh yeah, we'll see the story. Yeah, definitely. Like I'll stick around anyway with the boys. 'Cause the boys can definitely go on and win as much as they want once they keep dedicated and keep trying and listen to whoever's over them. But can I say something as well? Like this win, all the boys up here, we're the ones with county championship medals. But what means more to us, me definitely anyway, is the likes of the Butch and the Black, old Tom Crone and Mike Hickey, all these fellas. That winning this and giving them that experience today means more than me getting a county championship medal.
Absolutely fantastic, Shane. Thank you so much. And that was very kind of 2 words there, fair play to you. Barry Mahoney, come out here to me for a second, Barry. Barry, having your father as the manager of the team, how did that feel?
Yeah, tough at times I'd say for my own manager. But no, look, it's obviously unreal. Myself, Brendan and Rory, it's kind of something that you kind of really probably don't think about when you're kind of growing up, that you're going to be playing senior championship with your father as a manager and your brother by your side. But look, it was unreal, honestly. And look, I thought Rory's had a serious year as well. Like, he really stood up to the plate this year, I thought. So yeah, it's unreal.
Tell me, Barry, this might be a stupid question now. You've won the county senior championship, I know. There's a Munster club going to happen. Have you given that any thought, or was it spoken about at any stage, or was it always the county final?
It's probably not spoken about, probably no. I suppose we just kind of want to enjoy tonight anyway, probably in the next maybe 1 or 2 weeks. But no, it's definitely something I think, like, this is a serious young panel of players, like, you know, like you said, Ian, Shane and Richard, they're probably the three oldest, but after that then, like, Bill and Jordan will be oldest, and they're only going on 26 this year. Do you know what I mean? Our average age is probably down around 23 or 4. Do you know what I mean? And I think Shawnee as well, and Rory, you know, all the young fellas, Gavin Parker, they all stood up this year as well. And I think this year, I think it was the panel that won it. It wasn't 15 players and the team that won it at all. It was definitely 15 players.
Come on, give Larry a good round of applause, everybody. He's rolling there. He's rolling there. Ah, there Rory is. Come on, Rory. Rory, as another young member of the team, and what a fantastic game you had today. You bursted out the field there today on a solo run. You laid it off for probably one of the most important points of the game. How does this feel to have a senior championship medal in your pocket at such a young age?
Yeah, no, it's a bit surreal, to be honest with you. Yeah, it's a bit surreal. Like, I suppose, I know the boys there, like myself and Shawnee, it's my second year, it's Shawnee's first year. Shane and Beans have been playing their whole lives, like, you know, and I suppose all we wanted to do really was get the two of them off the line. Do you know, because they deserve it, like, you know, so we just wanted to get two of them off.
Did you think that they were very slow or something that you needed Did you feel that you were carrying them on your back, Rory?
We threw a small bit of carrying on each
Tell me, Rory, you have a very young team at the core, okay? So I know you're talking about the lads there that are moving on in years, but do you think that there's possibly another few championships in this young team?
Without a doubt, yeah. I suppose, look, when you win one, you know, and you see the scenes here, you know, look, we'll enjoy this now, but we'll only get hungry again, you know.
Absolutely. Rory Mahoney, everybody, give it up for him. Now, I've talked to a few of the players. I see with Richard, come over here a second today. Richard, you were on the panel. You've soldiered down through the years like all the rest of us and all the rest of the boys on the team there. How does it feel to have a county senior championship medal in the pocket after all these years?
I don't know, I retired at the start of this year, I never came back. And I just want to, there's one man I want to thank, is Darren Renan. We're fighting up against Crotta in the quarter final. I'm getting sent off. It's they were down a keeper then. And I don't know, someday during the week before the Kilmoy game, Brendan Mahoney rang me up and he said exactly what he said in the phone to me: Richie, we're stuck for a keeper. Will you come back for the cause? And I said, Brendan, I will. And fellas, my first senior game was in 2007. When was that? About 16 years ago. I never played this year, and what age am I now? 34 now. I was around for 2.5 weeks. Must be the handiest county championship medal I was ever won. Right now, but seriously, I've soldiering with these boys there for the last 3 or 4 years, and to be honest, I was just holding on because I said it to Brendan Mahoney there. We'd know a team in 2013. We'd to drop down to intermediate, and at the start of 2014, we just came back. And we sat down at the meeting at the start of January, like, we knew we weren't going to compete. We had we knew we were fighting against it, like, we lost the 2011 final, and the year after in 2012, we lost 11 out of that panel. It was a high recession, we lost 11 out of that panel due to immigration. And then in 2013, we lost a few more, so we couldn't compete, we dropped down to intermediate. And at the start of 2014, we came back together, and the only aim was to get a team together, just to have a senior team. We might compete, it's just to have something for the young fellas to aspire to and something to look up to, because that someday those fellas will come on and we get to where we are today. But anyway, in 2014 we played all year, we won one game all year. We didn't win one game in the County League, didn't win one game in the North Kerry League. We won one championship game against Aberdeen in the quarter final, and we didn't win another game after that. But we still thought it was a great year because we won the championship game. But anyway,
I was saying it to the boys Friday night at the meeting. It was weird how things come full circle, because we were having the team meeting heading into the county final today, and we were sitting down, and I said that about that speech to Brindy. Is like back in 2014, Brindy was our manager that time, and the only reason he wanted to get it together was to get that team together to give the young fellas something to aspire to, so that in time we might compete for a county championship. And everything had come full circle, and the same bunch of young fellas that team we wanted to inspire, that 2014 team that we wanted to inspire, the likes of Sir Lynch, Mike Lynch, Tom Cronin, all the other old boys, Ian McCarthy, everyone that was there. We only wanted to keep the cup afloat and keep it going. And everything had come full circle, and Brady Mahoney was sitting at the exact same table, leading the young fellas at that time that we wanted to inspire out to the county final on today. So that team, we didn't win one game or whatever, but we inspired all these bunch of young fellas at the time, but they were the men that went out today and won the county final for Crotta for the first time in 55 years. And there's no fucking that!
Well, that Richard, well, fair play to you. Absolutely fantastic, fantastic. Ronan Falvey, come here a sec, Ronan. I'll have a chat with you.
Johnny, you're next.
Ronan here, everybody, is one of the backroom staff on the team here. Ronan, behind the scenes, what was it like? Was everyone pulling together? Was there any moments of doubt or any disbelief in the team that it couldn't be done? What was it like behind the scenes in the past few weeks?
I suppose I came in about 3 months ago, and I was delighted to be asked by Brendan. It's my first time ever involved with a senior team, and I suppose I tried to bring something a little bit different to the players, and I didn't know a lot of them. I didn't know a lot of them by name. I knew some of the players, but I suppose what I was trying, help them with was belief, motivation, encouraging them, being positive with the players. I suppose all of us in our life are used to having problems and negative feelings and, feelings of doubt amongst ourselves, but I suppose that's what I try to help them with, is belief, and just concentrating on performance. And I suppose what I'm very proud of is that when people say here that they never thought they were going to lose, that's what makes me proud, because they were willing to listen. It's impossible to measure what I'm trying to give them, but I think you've seen it today that these guys believed it, and that's the key thing. It has to be right here, and I'm so proud of them, and I'm so happy. This is a dream come true for me. I've wanted this my whole life, since I was 9 years of age. I played hurling. I never did it myself, the same as Fergus here. We tried very hard, we just weren't good enough. But I'm so proud to be part of this group of players who believed and have the ability. And my feeling is they are the best team that ever came out of Clifton.
Ronan, well said. Thank you, Ronan. Thank you. I just get a sense that there is going to be a long time in this team for everybody that's talking. You can just feel the sense of belief in what they're going to do. As I was looking out there, ladies and gentlemen, speaking, I spotted a gentleman there. He was a part of the 1968 team that won the championship. Mr. Brendan Toomey, and we're going to have a few words with Brendan now. Will you give Brendan a round of applause, everybody?